is the hour-long belly dance for fun and fitness class. We're going to start with our opening movement. We're going to do our warm-up, and we are going to go straight into it. So this is an hour-long class. This is not a 90-minute class like the rest of my classes, but the goal here is for you to continuously be moving. So if you get tired, if the technique that we're doing is a little too hard, feel free to simplify or just stand, and you can shift your weight side to side, or you can do something with your arms as you rest a little bit, but continue moving if you possibly can. Even when you take a water break, you can do a little shimmy or something. The idea is to stay moving for the full hour. So let's give it a try. If you don't make it all the way through, that's okay, especially now we're coming out of holiday season. Maybe you haven't been moving an awful lot because of holidays, like me. So we're going to give this a shot, and we're going to have lots of fun either way. So let's begin. I'm going to face you for this first part, and we're going to do the opening movement. Now this is the same movement that I do for all my classes. And the idea behind this is when we're doing this, it's sort of a moving meditation. It is a cue for your brain and your body to say, okay, everything out there, everything that is not dance does not exist. I'm just going to focus on what I'm doing right now. So let's do that. We're going to stand with really good posture. Feet are just below your hip joints, so not at the outsides of our hips, but just below your hip joints. Hands are on our thighs. And lean forward and back. Find that center balance over the tripod of our feet. So that is the outside edge, the ball of the foot, and the heel of the foot. So lean forward and back, shifting your weight until your weight is even through all 3 points of your feet. You should be able to lift up your toes. And next we're going to do a little outward turn from the femur. So we have to do a micro bend in the knees to allow this to happen. And now hinge back on the hips as if you're about to sit in a chair. Now elongate the spine from the tailbone all the way to the back of the neck. And relax the shoulders. Let the arms just float down. We're going to turn our palms out and raise up the sticks of the arms. Press the feet into the floor as we stand up straight. Big inhale. Think about opening the heart center. Open up the base of the throat. Palms down. Exhale. Make some space in between your eyebrows. Relax the very top of your head. And just for a moment, notice how your body's feeling today. You might want to shake out any stuck energy, any little cricks and creaks, just kind of get them moving. And we're going to do our warm-up. So if your balance is not fantastic, feel free to get a chair to hold on to. When we're doing the leg lifts, don't forget stepping out is always an option. So if going like this is too difficult, just step out. It's totally fine. All right, I'm going to put on our music and we're going to get going. Alright, sometimes YouTube likes to delete this song. We'll cross our fingers that we're not going to get muted during this part. So we're going to start with chair squats. Here we go. We're pushing the booty back before we bend our knees. And leg lifts on the right. And double time, here we go. Hinging from the hip. Same leg is going out. Remember, we're not kicking. We're just going out from the hip. Double time. And that same leg goes back. Again, we're not doing this. Just hinge from the back. You should feel it right here. Double time. Other leg to the front. to the side. Remember, never lock your knees. Double time. To the back. And double time. Again, no bending those knees. Hinge from the hips. And we're gonna shimmy. Something pretty with your arms, whatever you like. Keep that shimmy going, and we're gonna step to the side, make a little pose, keep the shimmy going. Level down just a little bit. Don't lose your shimmy. And come back up, find your center. Let's go to the left. Some other little pose. And level down. Don't lose your shimmy. And come back up. You can keep the shimmy going, or you can just walk those knees as we do some wrist circles. We're going to get ready to do the basic Egyptian. That's that step touch. We're going to start on the right. 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's add some hands. Behind the head, I'm going to face you. To the temple. To the heart. Straight out front. And again, behind the head. If your arms are not doing what you want them to, that's okay. To the temple. As long as your feet and your arms are moving, I'm a happy girl. 5, 6, 7, 8. Excellent. So hopefully YouTube did not mute that little part. I know that song doesn't like to be shared. So, if you're like me and you haven't done a ton of dance over the holiday season, we're going to start out really, really slow for you, so don't worry about being overwhelmed right now. We're going to start by just shifting side to side. Just shifting my weight, and what I'm doing is I'm trying to keep my heart in between my feet. So I don't want to lean. I'm just sliding those hips as I shift my weight. Again, make sure that your knees are not locked. My knees are always very soft. We don't want to be like this. It's not good for your knees. It's not good for your posture. And let's just step this out. So that the hip is going out, that has all the weight on it. The other foot lifts up. Bring the arms up to neutral. Excellent. And just keep the feet down. We're going to bring that sliding motion to the rib cage. So bring your hands into home position. So that is the thumbs just grazing the outsides of the thighs. And we're showing off our favorite rings to everybody in our audience. So the sliding motion that we're doing in our hips, bring it to the rib cage. Slide and slide. Don't get your hips involved. Keep the weight even. Side and side, side and side. You're going to think about elongating here and elongate and elongate. Elongate those muscles. Now I'm trying to do this as big as possible so that you can see it. But you don't have to make this a big movement. I have my low belly pulled in. Again, my knees are not locked. Don't lock those knees. And just slide and slide. Keep the weight even on both feet. We're not shifting weight right now. We're we're just sliding side to side with the rib cage. Slide and slide. Last one. Now moving to the side, I'm going to go into cabaret pose with my feet. My right hand, or whatever hand you want in the back, is at the temple. My left hand is out here, about rib cage level. And we're going to slide that shoulder forward and back. Forward and back and forward and back. What I want you to do is focus on your hand. This guy right here, we don't want to be doing this. We don't want to get our spine involved, and we don't want the hand moving. I like to say, pretend that you're resting your hand on a pony's back or a small child's head or a stack of books or whatever you like. And back and forward and back. If you have shoulder issues, make this very small. Forward and back. Let's do the other side. Forward and back and forward and back. Front and back and front and back. Continue going. Notice my elbow is facing the back. I'm not like this with my elbow drooping down. My elbow's lifted and facing the back. That's going to help make this a little easier. Our tempo changed just a little bit. Back and forward and back and forward. Let's do both shoulders at the same time. Right goes forward, left goes forward. Right goes forward, left goes forward, right goes forward. So remember, we're not twisting, not getting our rib cage involved, just the shoulders. And let's just bend the knees to kind of go along with the tempo. As we twist those shoulders forward and back, we're just kind of punching them forward. We're not even really twisting. Bend and bend and bend and bend. Bring the arms down. Keep the knees going. Bring the hands to home position. We're going to slide the head now. Keeping the knees going. It's going to feel weird. Slide right and left and right and left. Make this head movement very small. It's really easy to strain those little muscles in our neck. Just slide and slide and slide and slide. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Give your knees a break. Keep the head sliding, and we're not locking those knees. Turn the slide into the circle. So you can do a horizontal circle if you like, or you can do a vertical circle. So that vertical circle is creating a little circle with your nose. I'm going counterclockwise now. And let's do a circle for every 2 counts. Here we go. And 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Bring the circle to the rib cage. Go the same direction. 1, 2. I'm going counterclockwise here. Around 1, 2. Again, I'm doing this really, really big so that you can see it, but you don't have to do it this big. 1, 2, 1, 2. Remember, we're not getting our shoulders involved. We're not getting our spine involved. Just the rib cage. 1, 2. Lift it and drop it. Think of the work coming here. Squunch a little bit. Elongate and squunch. 1, 2. 1, 2. Don't you let your shoulders get involved. Keep Keep the shoulders relaxed. Little bit of a glitch there. Hopefully you kept your rib cage going. We're gonna bring that down to the hips. Little bit of a circle. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. We're doing interior hip circle. And 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Keep it going. Relax, pull in, relax, pull in, relax, pull in. Notice how low I am in my knees. I'm not picking up my heels. And you'll see that my knees are doing a lot of work. You're gonna feel that right here. Switch direction now. Whatever direction you were going, we're going the opposite way. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1 circle for every 2 counts. Go around. And again. And again. We're going around for 2. Around for 2. 1, 2. Bring it up to the rib cage, same direction you're going. 1, 2. So if you were going counterclockwise before, go clockwise now. You may have been tempted to straighten out those knees. Make sure you didn't lock them. 1 and 2. Relax the shoulders. It's fine if you have your hands here. You can bring them to a low A. You can bring them up to sort of a high neutral. We're going to do a couple more, and then we're going to bring the circle to the head. 1, 2, last one. 1, bring it to the head, circle, around, for 2, and around, for 2, around, for 2, and around, for 2. Keep going. This vertical head circle is actually healthier for your neck. It's a little bit more difficult. Sometimes your circle might look like a D or like a little square. That's okay. Practice makes perfect. Practice while you're looking in the mirror. So we're going to do a little bit of a scale. We're going to do 2 counts with the head, 2 counts with the rib cage, 2 counts with the hips, and then hold for 2 counts. Here we go. 7, 8, and head. 1, 2, rib cage. 1, 2, and hips. 1, 2, and hold. 1, 2. Other direction. Head for 2. Rib cage for 2. Hips for 2. And hold for 2. Other direction with the head. 2. Rib cage. 2. Hips. 2. And hold for 2. Let's go with the head. Other direction. Rib cage. Hips. And hold again. Here we go. And hold for 2. Last time, other direction. And hold for 2. We're going to tuck and release and tuck and release. We're going to tuck, release, and tuck, release. So I'm pulling in my belly and relax. Pull in, relax. Pull in, relax. Pull in, relax. Pull in, don't work out. We're not doing this This is not what you want to be doing. You see that? That's an injury right there. Relax the stomach, pull it in. Relax, pull it in. Pull in. So the tailbone is pointing between the heels as we pull in. Resist the temptation to squeeze the glute. All we're doing is using these muscles here. Pull in and relax. Pull in, relax. Pull in, relax. Sort of like you're zipping up a pair of jeans that's a couple sizes too small and you gotta suck it in. But don't use your breath, use your muscles. Pull in, relax, and tuck, release, and tuck, release, and tuck, release. Last one, tuck, release. Bring it to the rib cage. Lift and drop, and lift and drop, and lift and drop, and lift and drop, lift, drop. We're elongating these muscles and relax. Elongate and relax. Don't get your shoulders involved. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to tuck, release, lift, drop. We'll do it to the tempo. Go into cabaret pose, facing your right direction. Right front diagonal. Here we go. 5, 6, 7 with the pelvis. Tuck, release, lift, drop. Tuck, release, lift, drop. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tuck, release, lift, drop. Tuck, release, lift, drop. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. You can make this a sharp movement, or you can make it nice and soft. It's up to you. Keep it going. Tuck, release, lift, drop. Last one. So we're just going to pivot to our left front diagonal, cabaret pose. Remember, don't lock those knees, even your standing leg. Knee is bent. Here we go again with the pelvis. Tuck, release, lift, drop. Tuck, release, lift, drop. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pelvis, rib cage. Pelvis, rib cage. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tuck, release, lift, drop. Tuck, release, lift, drop. And now standing in home position. Weight is on both feet, soft knees. We're going to round out what we just did. That tuck, release, lift, drop. Tuck, release, lift, drop. Tuck, release, lift, drop. Tuck, release, lift, drop. And you'll notice, now that we have rounded that out, it's become a little bit of a undulation. Tuck, release, lift, drop. Tuck, release, lift, drop. Tuck, release. Make this a very muscular movement. It's going to look much more smooth. We're just rolling down at this point. Lift, roll down. Lift, roll down. Lift, drop, tuck, release. Let's do it for 2 counts. Roll down for 2. down for 2, down, down. I'm going to face you. Roll down, roll down, roll down, roll down. Try to reverse it. Roll up, tuck, lift, drop, tuck, lift, drop. 1, 2, 1, 2. Roll up for 2 and up for 2. Up. Just rolling up. Roll up. Roll up. Roll up. Roll up. So we're going to take this rolling up and rolling down movement, and we're going to add it to the scale that we just did to create the corkscrew. So let's start with the hips. We're going around for 2, rib cage for 2, head for 2, roll down for 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, roll down, 7, 8, around, around, head around, roll down, again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, roll down, 7, 8. Make sure all your circles are going in the same direction. Roll down, around, 1, 2, 3, 4, head, roll down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, roll down, 7, 8. Again, 1, 2, rib cage, head, roll down. Let's go the other way. Head first, rib cage, only, roll up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Roll up. 7, 8. A couple more. Rib cage. Omi. Roll up. Omi. Roll up. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Walk the knees. What I'm doing here is I'm making sure that I'm not locking my knees and I'm not shifting my weight, so I'm sitting into the hips. My feet are even, toes are lined up. My knees are nice and soft. I'm just bending. I'm not shifting my weight. Push, push. So if somebody is like pushing your knees forward just a little bit, if your head is bouncing up and down, you're shifting your weight. So if you have a mirror, or if you see yourself on your camera here, make sure your head is not bouncing up and down. Keep this going. I'm just working my knees here. And conveniently, my knees are attached to my hips. That makes my hip go up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go a little faster. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, 8. Check your weight. Make sure it is even on both feet. Make sure your low belly is tucked or at least pulled in or engaged to protect your spine. There's a lift in your rib cage. Shoulders are rolled back and down. And there's air under those armpits. We don't want to be dancing like this. Keep it going. Excellent. Good shimmy. We'll go faster. When I tell everyone to go faster with their shimmy, make sure the weight does not go onto your toes. Because if your weight goes on your toes, all the work ends up right here. Keep the shimmy going. Put the weight towards the back of the foot. You should be able to lift up your toes. Feel where the work is happening now. All your weight is in the back. All the work is happening in these big muscles here. As soon as you start shifting your weight to the toes, all the work shifts to your knees. I don't know a single person that can afford a knee replacement right now. So I don't think I do. Keep the shimmy going. Five, six, seven. Keep the shimmy going. We're going to add a layer. So we're going to add the lift and drop with our rib cage. Keep the shimmy going. 5, 6, 7, and lift. Going up and down and up and down and lift and drop and lift and drop. Work really hard to not lose your shimmy. And drop and lift and drop and lift. I'm using these muscles here. Lift and drop. I'm not using my shoulders to pull back. Lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop. Use all these muscles here. Make sure there's air under your armpits. Even if you're tired, bring your hands to home position. If you want a challenge, bring them up here to relaxed pose or cobra, or just a nice neutral. Lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop. All right, let's bring this shimmy to our shoulders. Remember, we were doing that forward and forward and forward and forward. We're gonna go a little faster. I'm gonna get close to you. My shoulders are just going forward. I'm not twisting at my waist. I'm keeping my rib cage out of this as best I can. And I'm trying not to washing machine my hands. Let's make that nice and loose and a little bit faster. Here we go. Make sure your knees aren't locked. And let's walk around ourselves. Here we go. Keep the shoulder shin going. You don't have to worry about keeping time with the shoulders. Just keep them moving. And walk the other way. Walk around yourself. And one more time. Excellent. Bring your hands all the way up and down. Excellent. We're going to do a figure 8. First, we're going to start on a little circle. So get yourself in cowboy pose to your right front diagonal, and we're going to be working on the left hip. There's no weight on this left hip. Lift, slide out, and drop it down. I'm going to face you. We're going to lift by scrunching these muscles here, slide out, place it down, pull back into neutral. You don't want to go that way so that your other hip sticks way out. So big circle with the left hip. Again, 1, 2, 1, 2. This is a little bit fast. So your circle is gonna have to be a little small. Circle down, circle down, 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 down. There is very little weight on this leg here. It's really just for balance. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Let's try the other side. And over. Lift up and over. Lift up and over. Up and over. Up and over. Excellent. I'm going to face the mirror just where you would in class if you were here at the studio with me. Lift up and over and up and over. We're going to do this 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and now switching sides on the left for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now 2 times on the right. 2 circle. Now go on the left 2 times. Now 1 time each side. Right, left, right, left, right, left. Go back to doing it 4 times on the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go on to the left. Make sure you're not twisting. And around. 2 times on the right. Here we go. Now on the left. And 1 time each side. 1, 2, 3. When we get up to this point, don't let your rib cage get involved. It's very tempting. 4 times on the right. And on the left, here we go. Around. Two times on each side. Right. And right. Here we go on the left. 1 each side. Right. Left. Right. Left. Right. Left. Right. Left. Now continue this, but keep your heels down. Don't lock your knees and don't shift your weight. Don't allow yourself to do this. We're making that infinity symbol, up to down, down, and down, and down. This is a Maya. A lot of you know the story that I have shared with you about how American dancers were introduced to this move by a really cool dancer. Her name was Maya Medwar. She was an Egyptian dancer who came to California to dance at the Fez. And all the other dancers were like, what is this move that you're doing? And she's like, this is just how we do it. So it became known as a Maya. Look at your rib cage, make sure it's not going all over the place. And look at your head, make sure it's not going anywhere. We're going to take this Maya and we're going to reverse it. So we're going up to down now. We're going to go down to up. So this is the move that everybody gets tired and starts doing twisting and making this into your stripper moves. Or they relax their tummy and it looks like this. Pull in that tummy, protect your lower spine. We're just scooping, scoop, scoop, scoop. Just side to side. This is a completely side to side movement. Don't let yourself twist. And don't shift your weight so that you end up doing this. We're going to keep this nice and controlled. Head stays above the heart, which stays above the navel, which is right between the feet at all times. This is an isolation movement. Scoop and scoop. This is a reverse Maya or a Taksim. Both terms are correct. Let's add some arms. I'm going to face the mirror just like you would in class. Keep your Taksim going. What we're going to do is have our arms out to the side and just let your hands echo what your hips are doing. I've heard this described as pretend you have a pair of yoga blocks between your hips and your hands, and you're just trying to hold them there. So with each slide and lift, with each half of the Taksim, we're going to let the arms climb up. Up, 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 up. Until you're at a high V. We're just sort of pushing the palms out. And now climb down. Until your hands are again right next to the hips. And climb up. And climb down. Take a look at your rib cage. Make sure it's not going all over the place. Make sure you're not bouncing your head up and down. Excellent. So now we're just going to walk. Lift up the left and right, and left and right. So we're going to do what's called a campfire step. We're going to start on the right. We're going to cross in front of ourselves. Cross. Touch the left next to the right. Step back on the left. Place with the right back here. Now left crosses. Touch with the right. Right goes back. Left goes back. Right crosses. Touch. Back. Back. Left crosses. Cross. Touch. Go back on the right. Back on the left. A little faster. Right. Touch on the left. Left goes back. Right goes back. Left. Touch right. Right goes back. Left goes back. Cross. Touch. Back. Back. Cross. Touch. Back. Back. Keep this going. Now the leg that touches, you can push that hip forward. Push. Back. Back. Cross. Push. Back. Back. Cross. Push. Back. Back. Cross. Push. Back. Back. You'll notice we're creating a little V shape on our floor. Back. Back. 1, 2. Let's slow it down. So, when you step back, push those hips back. Push forward, back, back. I'll go to the side. Cross. Push, push back, and back. Cross. Push the hip back, back, back. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Push the hips back. Back, back. And back, back. Cross. Push. Back, back. Cross. Push. Let's add some arms. We're going to cross. Back, back. Hand on the temple, cross them in front. 1, 2. Bring them in. I'm going to be over here and in. And we're going to cross, push, and back, back, cross, push, back, back. Not too bad. Back, back. We're going to speed this up because we're going very slow for this. Back. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back, back. When I go back, I'm just on semi-releve, so on the balls of my feet. I know a lot of you dancers already know this, and it's one of our favorites because you could do it forever and ever and ever, and it's really fun. Couple more of these guys. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Excellent. Good job. So we're going to move side to side again. I like to move side to side because no matter where you are in your living room or your bedroom or your office, you could probably move side to side around any furniture, animals, or small children. We're going to do a half exterior hip circle side to side. To the right, feet together. Left, feet together. Right, left, right, left. Push the hips forward. Let's add the arms up and down. When we go to the right, the arms go up. When we go to the left, they go down. Even though we're just doing this, make it pretty. Don't forget we're dancers. Now we're going to go 2 times to either side. Right now we're just going once, out, together, out, together. We're going to go out, together, out, together. Other side. So we're going to have to slow those arms. You'll also notice our exterior hip circle has turned into a little loop-de-loop. Forward, press back, forward, press back. 1, 2, 3, lift your knee. 1, 2, 3, lift your knee. Lift your knee. Lift your knee. Out, together. Out, lift the knee. Lift your knee. Out, together. Out, lift your knee. Out, together. Out, lift your knee. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just one each side. Lift your knee. 1, 1. Bring the hands here. Perfect. Okay. We're going to work on some arms. Working on those snake arms. Super fun. Lift the shoulder, right? Lift the elbow. Wrist and fingers float down. Elbow. Sorry, lift the shoulder. Now the elbow. Wrist. Fingers float down. Shoulder. Elbow. Wrist. Fingers float down. Shoulder. Elbow. Wrist. Fingers float down. Wrists, fingers float down. I'm sitting into the hip that is on the same side as my working arm. Wrists, fingers float down, a little faster. Your snake arm's gonna have to be a lot smaller. Shoulder, wrist, shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingers, shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingers, shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingers, shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingers. One of the biggest mistakes people do when they're learning their snake arms is the hands, and they scoop. If you're pointing at yourself, like I'm doing here, relax. Don't point at yourself. I like to keep the palms facing the floor. Also, don't twist the wrists, because that turns into something different. Let's slow it down. 3, 4 on the right. Keeping the arms low. 2, 3, 4. If you want a challenge, add a Maya. Hopefully this looks familiar. If the Maya is too much, you can just shift your weight side to side, or you can just keep your trunk in your knees and your hips completely still. Focus on the arms. Let's climb up to about ribcage level and bring those hands to the front. Bring the feet to cabaret pose. You want to keep those palms flat to the floor. We're not pushing. It's not kitty push. It's a Persian arm. So to make this easier, I keep my elbows like this. So I'm not like this. It's a little bit hard on the shoulders to try to keep your elbows tucked in. So I keep mine out. And it looks nice and fluid and snaky. If I were to pull my elbows in, it's similar look, but it's a lot harder on the shoulders. Bring the arms in, stand up. We're going to start at prayer pose here, and I'm going to have you bring the palms, fingers out, palms up, as in a big greeting, and then bring the hands in, underneath the armpits, over the shoulders, and back to prayer pose. Out, 2, 3, 4, in. Come out, 2, 3, 4, under, over. I'll do it from the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, under, over, around. Let's do it again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And out. 2, 3, 4. Go under the armpits, over the shoulders, around, prayer pose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Out. 3, 4. Go under towards the back. Back to the front. Prayer. One more time. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if you want to challenge, when we do 5, 6, 7, 8, do a cross turn. Let's give it a try. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. Cross turn. Again. And cross turn. Last time. Maybe one more just for fun. Excellent. So that's just about our time, I see. So we're going to stop here. I want everyone to make sure you stretch out. You actually did work quite hard today, especially in our hips. One of my favorite stretches for hips, you can hold on to a chair for this one or do it seated, is to bring your lower leg just over the other knee, bend, and put a little bit of pressure if it's comfortable. Opens up that whole hip area. From the side. I'll show you this seated just in case your balance is not good. If we're doing it seated, take one leg, bring it just over the knee. I reach in this little hole that we made here and behind here so that my fingers are clasped behind my straightened leg. And I'm going to pull up slightly. I'm not going back. Keep your spine straight, be on your sitting bones, and just pull up. For some people, it will only be about this far, depending on your range of motion. Remember, a stretch feels good, a strain hurts. You should feel your entire hip area open up with this. I'll show you the other side from the front. Cross the leg, it's like we're making a little 4. Reach in here, under me, and pull up. Keep the spine nice and straight, heart is lifted. If it hurts, relax more. This isn't a competition. If you're seated all the way up straight and your supporting knee is very, very high and you're not feeling it, you're getting enough stretch, you can put a little pressure here. Otherwise, just hold. That is my favorite stretch for the hips. I'm sure you have some favorites of your own. Stretch your entire body though. We used everything today and I'm so, so proud of you. You should be proud of you. So I'm gonna leave this now. And before I do, I want everyone to think of one thing at least that they're proud of, excited about, or grateful for, or what do you love about you right now? I'm super proud of you for doing this with me, and I'm grateful for that. So thank you. I will see you in class next time. Bye.